What's up, everybody? What's going on, everybody? Live Farmer 73 here. Happy Friday, Guava, for all my August, for all my August babies. Happy birthday. Coming in here, want to talk about a few things. Come on in, join the party. It's on. It's Friday. I ain't gonna have y'all here all day unless you want me to have you here all day. All right. So today is a good day. I got a chance to talk to a good friend of mine, old friend, and it was all positive. And it really made me feel good. So welcome on in the house and come to hear this story. I never thought I'd be saying this, but wow, it made me feel good. What's up, Eddie Morrison? How you doing, my friend? TJ, how you doing? Happy Friday. Hey, Mary, happy Friday. Sean does it all. What's going on? Wales 803 Garden. How you doing? C. Francis in the house. Polar Bear Cheryl. Who else? I did it. Oh, I got my glasses. Okay. Who else we got? Miss Copperdew. Okay. Sandra, how you doing? Maria, or should I say it like that? Von Wheel. What's going on? It's my Renaissance grandma. How you doing? Ugly, yeah. Linda, let's try this. All right. Oh yeah. Hey Tracy, how you doing? Linda, how you doing? Jacqueline, Lillian, Marcia, Cherie's Life Journey. How you doing? It's a lot of new people in here, and a lot of new people. Your names are wow. Okay, Jay Brown, how you doing? If I don't say your name, I'm not ignoring you. I'm just not going to butcher your name. Okay, that's a lot. Victoria, how you doing? Who is this? These names, yo. I'm sorry. I apologize. Hey, Precious Sunshine. Precious Sunshine. How you doing, sister? It's good to see you in here. I have a hard time believing that some of these names is even real. I really do. Power Chair Farmer, how you doing, brother? I have a hard time believing some. I think some people just be making these names up just to hear you say something crazy. 99 Fabrication, what's going on? Florida man, how you doing? It's good to see y'all in here. There we go. Soulful Seedlings, how you doing? Good to see y'all. Happy Friday. Let me see. Let's see. How is everybody doing? Because I'm telling you, some of these names is like, whoa. I'm like, y'all be black robbing me with the names. I'm not even going to try to butcher that. I'm not going to do that. She Natural Homestead, how you doing, my sister? It's good to see y'all in here. Now, I'm just coming from, y'all gotta excuse me. I'm just getting out of the shower. I'm coming from out of the shower because I had to crawl up under the house and fix my doggone my pump. So I'm feeling good after all that grossness. Hey, yo, listen. I want to talk to y'all about something today that really got me thinking, and I hope it gets you thinking too. Do you know, hey beautiful, do you know anybody that when you see them, they always say, remember that one time when? Do y'all got people like that around you? Hey man, it's good to see you. Remember that time when, let me see. 85 Beans says, I'm getting closer to that land, just trying to figure out the laws on unrestricted land. Well, congratulations. Congratulations. And that's part of what we're going to talk about too. Maybe not this video, but probably. I got friends, man. I got friends and I got family that always, when you see them, it's like, hey, man, remember that time? Remember when we, remember how there was just one woman that I know close and dear to me that would always do me like that. And to the point it was like, you know, I ain't got a problem with it at first, but if you've been seeing me for the last 5 years and all you got is, remember that time when, I had to address, I had to ask her a question. Like, and I'm asking y'all, if you got people like that in your life, you should ask them this. Like, what are you doing now, though? Like, how is your life now? What are you doing now? Like, ain't nothing wrong with going back in the memories in the past and reliving some good times and some rough times and this and that and everything else. But yo, I really want to know who you are now. Like, because I got a lot of life experiences that I would love to share with you. Hell, I made a career out of it right here on social media of sharing a lot of my life experiences, and they change every day. Y'all wonder why I talk so much? I talk so much because I got a lot of experience doing a lot of stuff in a lot of places with a lot of people. So really, my stories really never end, ever. Whether this camera is on or whether it's off, my stories never stop. Unfortunately, it's a lot of people out here, they stuck in time. And a lot of it got to do with, I know a lot of people got habits. You know what I'm saying? They got different kind of habits. I'm not knocking nobody for their particular habits. But it's the thing, some people get so caught up in their habits that they lose track of time and forget where they are, what year they live in, and they still think that, like, we either kids, they may even think that, you know, we still in high school or junior high, or I don't know, like, it don't even matter. They think this is like 20 or 30 or 40 years ago. And I want you to do the same thing that I do. Like, sometime, man, when somebody keep hitting you with every fire, say, hey, man, remember that one time? Remember that? Hey, remember that time when, like, yeah, okay. But hey, want to run around to the store real quick? Something like, let's start making some new memories. Let's start keeping our cognitive development going. Because if you keep on living in the past, that's exactly where you're going to stay. And I know a lot of people, man. I know a lot of people like Al Bundy. You know, he was a quarterback. Back in high school, quarterback football, his brain was stuck. Like, those were his greatest moments in life. This mug, 60-something years old, but he was like, his greatest memories and his greatest time in his entire life was high school football. You know, I love Married with Children with Al Bundy and them. I loved it. But that part always got me, even way back then, because I know a lot of people that be stuck like that. And with that, sometimes people be like, hey, man, how did you do XYZ? How did you do ABC? What made you think of XYZ? What made you come up with ABC? And half the time, I kind of don't have a real answer for people. It's like, listen, I put myself in a certain situation in life, and when I got to this point in this situation, I had to do something to maneuver around an obstacle, or I had to do something to succeed at a another level, and that's where I got that experience from. And some people never go through life and experience anything, and they're comfortable in their own skin. And the next thing you know, they start feeling, once you start getting a little gray, you start realizing, like, man, I've been wasting my time. I didn't really learn how to do a little bit of nothing. And with that, it's like you can work for a job or work for a company like for years, and you really never do anything else. And you get stuck into time. I had a friend ask me, how were you able to quit your job and retire? I didn't retire, I just quit. When I call it retirement, I say retirement to put people in the mind frame that I necessarily really don't work in that world kind of like that anymore. I still work, but I work for myself. And for the most part, it's like, what made me quit? I think what made me quit is, number one, I don't like repetition. I know some people do because they feel comfortable. They feel comfortable with knowing what's going to happen next. I don't. I mean, I like my comfort zone, right? But every blue moon, I like a surprise or two. I like life to throw me a little curveball every blue moon to kind of keep me going. I ain't saying I want no crazy stuff to happen. I'm saying I like a little something extra here and there to keep me on my toes, you know? And they asked me, how did you quit? What made you quit? How did you retire? And one of the things that I can say to help me retire and quit my job and quit working out there in the world was, it's boring. You go to the same job. Listen to me now. You go to the same job every day. You see the same people every single day. You do the same routine every single day. And you earn money at it every single day. You can calculate exactly how much money you're going to make every single day because nothing changes. And one of the things that got to me was I start forgetting what day it was because it was that mundane. That's right, the Movington. It was like a hamster wheel. It got so mundane that I didn't care what day it was anymore. I know my routine. Get up, wash up, go to work, punch in, do your job, come home, kiss your wife, eat some food, go to bed. Listen, I could do my job blindfolded. Listen, truly, even y'all ain't gonna believe it. I mean, I'm joking, but I ain't. I think I could probably drive my mail truck blindfolded. I knew my route so well. I knew every square inch of my route. Steph says, I forgot what day it is. That was me all day. People like, it's Friday. Listen, I used to forget what day it was so bad that, because I worked so much, that I would come in on my day off. I'll never forget this. Driving to the post office on Sunday. And I'm tripping because I'm like, ooh, I'm getting in good. I must have left the house super early because there's no traffic. So I'm able to really hit the gas and get to work. When I pull into the driveway, I mean to the parking lot, I realize, damn, I must be really early, eh? I'm the first one here today. Good. I can go in there, get my work done, load my truck, and leave, right? Sit there for a few minutes drinking my coffee, and then I realize it's Sunday. The way I knew it was Sunday is because the CCAs, that's the people that they just hired, they have to work on Sunday. So when I started seeing all of the new recruits coming in to work, I'm like, hey, what y'all doing here? They're like, oh, you working today? Yeah? No. It's Sunday. I got up in my routine. I was so crispy at it that I got up, got dressed, washed up, came to work on my day off. It felt good knowing I was off, but I felt bad because I'm like, I should still be in the bed with my wife. Nope. I quit my job because I got to a point where I didn't like not having nothing new, no memories, no nothing. You can't make new memories on certain jobs. You can't make that stuff up. You're just stuck in that same rut. And the same thing that makes you comfortable also helps kill you. So I like trying new stuff all the time. I do. And I know some people are like, what about your marriage? No, that's different. See, that's when they call, you spice it up a little bit. So that don't count. But yeah, these people, man, some folks just don't know. If y'all just sitting around the house doing nothing, that's exactly what you're going to accomplish. For instance, how many people want to purchase land? How many people want to purchase land? Or you're dreaming about it? How many people would really love to own a couple acres? If you really are interested in that, raise your hand. Let's see, who is this? Erica says me. The Movington, me. Okay. Cherie's Life Journey, me. She Natural Homestead. Okay. She Natural Homestead, you got a nice piece of property though. Will Jess, okay. Erica, all right. It's my Renaissance Grandma, I know you do. Steffi Joe, okay. Sean does it all. And there go that name again. Beautifully, okay. What's that? Sweet Deja, I think your name is. Okay. Okay, good. Now my next question for you is, what are you doing about it? Because sitting around the house all day, what are you doing about it? There's only one thing you can do to make that dream happen. Open your computer or open your smart device. I'm going to give you a pointer. Go to, Precious says, saving for my down payment. That's a good start. The Movington says, trying to sell my house, money all wrapped up in it. Trust me, I understand. My Renaissance Grandma says, saving while searching. Now, that's what I like. That's what I did. Save while you search. Because you never know if you find that one thing that you really want. I know that people don't want to talk about it, but God got a way of making stuff happen. Okay? Beautifully Unplanned says, got a second job specifically for the down payment. Got you. Okay. All right. Sean does it all saving money. Precious Sunshine looking for land. Got it. Sean does it all says, I also look online at land to decide where and what I want. There you go. Uh, Shiloh says, paying off debts first. Good luck with that, Shiloh. I mean, depending on what kind of debt you're talking about, good luck with that. And the reason I say that, and you ain't gonna hear this, okay? I ain't saying you like $500,000 in the hole and then you need to, What I'm saying is that kind of sound to me like some people say, I'm not having a child till I'm financially stable. And I gotta be honest with you. You will never be financially stable to have a child. I don't care how much money you have. If you are on welfare or you just hit the lottery for 400 million, you don't have enough money. There is no amount of money, that you need before you have a child. That's whoever made that silly nonsense up is crazy. Because part of it is your finances, but most of it is mental. If you have the mental capacity to have a child. Now, I can understand somebody saying, I don't have the mental capacity to have a child yet. I'm still a child in my brain myself. I can understand it. If that person thinks that they're mentally incapable of having a child, you got to pass from me. But financially, no, there's no such thing. Because what you're going to start to realize when you have a child is never really about the money. It's always about the heart and the mental process that you and the child got to go through. Now, to me, looking for land or making, it don't got to be looking for land. Any kind of major life move or change or shake up, like you want to move to another city, you want to move to another state, you want to start a whole new life, you moving from the snow up north down to the sun down south, vice versa. There is no right time. I'm telling you, there is no right time. You can't say, well, I ain't gonna say what you can't say. There is no right time. You can have all the money in the world and make the move and everything go wrong. And everything that goes wrong just some kind of way ends up, the universe just dry all that money up quick. And sometimes when you broke, being broke helps you think. And instead of everything you think you need to accomplish got to come out of your pocketbook, everything you need now start coming out of here. And it seems like when you use this more, you're able to accomplish more. Because that's the problem that these rich folks got in these high places. They think money can buy anything, and it can't. That's unfortunately, money can't buy you everything. It really, truly can't. They don't care how much money you got. They don't care how much you got saved up, how much money you got coming in every month. Sometimes it's just on how you motivate and how you handle the situation. So I'm not knocking you at all, okay? What I'm saying is, don't let that be the end all be all of making no moves. Now, if you in debt up to the eyeballs to the point like, you sipping air, I get it. Okay? If you in debt up to the eyeballs to the point, you keep on getting pink slips on your front door, I get it. That's a whole nother situation completely. But most people think they got a few credit cards or something like that and they're in debt like that you can't make another move. Shh. That's the worst thing to think. But The reason I'm coming in here today is because I got a lot of friends, man, that say, remember that time when, remember that time, every time I see them, remember that time when XYZ. And it's cool for the first hour or so of conversation. But then it get a little annoying. You ain't seen somebody in like 100 years, and then all of a sudden, remember that time we were about 5, 6 years old at the swimming pool? Like, yeah, man, I remember that. Man, what have you done lately, though? You know, tell me more about your kids. Tell me more about your wife. Hey, what happened to your first wife? You know, I thought you was in love with Sabrina. Stuff like, tell me about now so I can know who I'm talking to. Because the bad part about hearing people say, remember that time when, that make me think that I'm talking to that kid I knew 20, 30, 40 years ago. I don't know who I'm talking to now. I know, I pray that I'm not still talking to that kid that you were 20, 30, 40 years ago, right? The movie then said, I think people do that. That's when life is best. I get it. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with dipping a toe or two in some old memory, especially you sitting around a barbecue grill, y'all both got a couple of beers and y'all, you know, but after a while, it's like, who are you now though? Ain't okay, maybe I'm saying this wrong. There's nothing wrong with going back down memory lane. Nothing. Right. The real movie, right. Come back to reality. There's nothing wrong with going down memory lane if you mix it and cut it with who you are now. So listen, I'm giving you the man I am now, you know, and we can dip our toe in the memories of who we used to be. Cause I'm not that kid I used to be. That kid was nuts. I'm not that kid I used to be. That kid was nuts, right? I look back on who I used to be when I was like super young. And if I was my own father, I would whoop my own ass. Cause I was a mess unnecessarily. You know? I didn't have to be that kid, but I was. If I was my own daddy, I would whoop my own ass. Because I was a trip. So I want to talk about a little bit of that, but I don't want that to be our conversation for the whole day that we meet each other. So my message today is like, hey, make some new memories. They don't always got to be positive, but yo, who are you? Make some new memories. So, hey, guess what? If I saw somebody that I haven't seen, and let's just say in 10 years, if I saw somebody that I haven't seen in 10 years, I would have to reintroduce myself. That's how much I try to keep my life rolling, keep my life changing, you know, keeping the good stuff the same, but always flowing like water. That's me. If I haven't seen you in about 5 years, really, I think in about 5 years, I would really, truly have to reintroduce myself. I don't care how well you knew me 5 years ago. If I met any of my friends at the post office and met up with them and seen them, I would have to, we would have to start over pretty much. We'd dip our toe down memory lane, being mail carriers, but then I would kind of like, okay, we need to change that subject a little bit. Let me see. Natalie say, I agree. I hate hearing about people doing bad or looking bad. No, no, because if what do you mean back then? But even now, if you look bad and you doing bad, I at least want to know about it so I know, hey, should I still be hanging out with you or not? Uh, you know, I don't care about the kid we used to be when we was kids. Damn. Say some people are just stuck and they want to be connected to their happier times. Maybe they ashamed they haven't progressed. Um, you know what? I'm not saying that now we need to talk about you living in the trunk of your car. I'm I'm not saying stuff like that. But I give the good and the bad. Life ain't perfect for everybody. And you want to know why you kind of should tell people the lumpy parts of your life, like how you doing now. And I'm gonna tell you, instead of false flagging and keep digging back in the olden days books and archives, because let's say right now you doing dirt ball bad. Yeah, I don't necessarily want to hear, man, I sure could use a sandwich. I don't necessarily want to hear that, right? That's not a wonderful conversation, us meeting in 20 years. But if I hear that you kind of down like that and you do need a sandwich and you told me, I can do something about it. You be like, yeah, man, lad, I ain't, man. It's good to see you, but boy, I ain't, me and Sabrina broke up, that didn't go well, and, she got the kids and everything, and yeah, man, I just got laid off about a week or so ago, and I don't know, man, I'm just out here. If you hit me with that right there, I'm not going to look down on you. Maybe if you be honest with who you are now, the person that you're talking to may be able to help you. Like, oh, you looking for a job? Bruh, I got you. Hey, look, I just got this job over at XYZ. They looking for somebody. Right? How many times has that happened to you? Where you being yourself like, man, all kind of crazy stuff just happened, man. I don't know how I'm gonna I need to move my furniture. I ain't got no truck. I'm trying to work up on a truck. Oh, you need a truck to move your furniture? Bruh, not only do I got a truck, I'm off today. I can help you move your stuff. But if we false flag and talking about remember when, like Michael Jackson, remember the time, and we just keep talking about the stuff we did when we was kids, I won't know that you hurting. I won't know how to help you move up another level. Or same vice versa for me. If I'm being fake, you can't help me if I'm telling you I'm rich and I'm living good, and you can't help me because you think all my needs are met. And I'm not gonna get spiritual with it, but it's kind of the same thing, If you keep lying and pretending that you doing well and you living, you balling and you living good, he think your needs is met. You told him your needs are met, so he'll move on to the next. Like, hey, somebody else need my help. But sometimes you got to surrender yourself to or the people around you. And we don't always got to talk about remember that time when. We don't got to always talk about, say, hey, remember, I get this a lot. Hey, why aren't you still gardening, man? I do garden. Well, why aren't you talking about it? Because I do other stuff, too. I don't just garden, I do other stuff. Remember, let me see, Green says sometimes you want to hear progress and positivity in 2026. Yeah, that's great, but everything in 2026 is not good and positive. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Green. What's your name? Green. If somebody in 2026 sits there and gives you this wonderful conversation about how well everything is, and you enjoy that, it might be something wrong with you. And I'm gonna tell you why. If you accept that, you 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 want a fantasy. You want somebody to soothe your whatever you got going on, and that's not always cool. Can I tell you? Just talking about how to stay afloat. No, that ain't how you stay afloat. And I gotta be honest with you. And I'm glad you said that. That ain't how you stay afloat. Always listening to positive things. It's not. You have to listen to back. I know people that will refuse to watch the news because the news and TV is so horrible. It's war, it's death, it's corruption, it's politics, it's evil, it's wickedness. But if you're not abreast of all of that horrible news, you don't know how to make anything better. So you keep watching your favorite TV show or your favorite content creator that's joking and laughing and smiling all the time. But there's a time when you got to cut that smart device off and look out the window. There's a time you got to cut that TV set off and go to the store. And when you go out to the store, that's reality. Those people that's out there begging for change and people walking around with their pants below their butt cheeks and girls in the Walmart ain't got no clothes on and they nipple rings and stuff you can see through the shirt because they ain't got no drawers on. Stuff like that. Look, that's the reality. Unfortunately, I do not want to always be in a fantasy world. Now, I'm going to tell you something about that fantasy world for me. Let me see. That's why people end up doing weird stuff like getting high all the time. You're trying to drown. You can't drown out reality with weed, alcohol, and other substances. You can't. It's temporary. And when you wake up and reality happens, you feel lost. I don't like feeling, listen, I need to be on it like this all the time. I don't like living in fantasy world all the time. It's like watching television. I don't always watch comedies on TV. I don't always want to be entertained. I also like to be educated. So I watch a lot of documentaries. I watch a lot of history and I learn. Unfortunately, a lot of our history and a lot of our documentaries are horrible and you don't want to know this information, but this is what, this is what it is. And now you've learned something that you can carry on in a new reality and, this is who you are now. I got a perfect example. Has anybody saw the Jamie Foxx special on Netflix? Has anybody saw the Jamie Foxx stand-up comedy special on Netflix? Anybody? Dawn says yes. Who else we got? Anybody else see Jamie Foxx on Netflix on his new comedy special? I don't know if it's new. My wife said it was like a year ago, but it's new to me. Anybody else? I'm the only one. Me and Dawn is the only one that saw Jamie Foxx stand-up comedy special about he's back. Okay, Lillian says yes. Wow. Wow, y'all. If you're looking, I'm a wow, nobody saw it. Elizabeth saw it. Lovely saw it. Let me see. Cherie saw it. Simple saw it. Uh Susie saw it last year. Okay. Gardening Divas. Hey, Gardening Divas said you wait. Gardening Diva said you don't like comedy. Wow, I've never heard nobody say that before. Uh, yeah, when he said, I'm not gonna warm you up, Gardening Divas, because I don't want to touch that. I just said, wow, I've never heard nobody say that before. Now, the reason why I asked how many people saw that special is because if you haven't, you should. Because honestly, his comedy special was probably hands down one of the best comedy specials. It's hard for me to say. Right now, I'm going to say this. Can't nobody hold a candle to him in years, because when I say whoever bought tickets to go to that show, you didn't just buy a ticket to go see a comedy show. You went to church. You bought a ticket for church. You bought a ticket for comedy. You bought a ticket to a romantic heart tug. You bought a ticket to reality. You bought a ticket to a musical show. That's there we go. There we go right there. Okay. Miss Vaughn says it was good, yet he was a bit serious. Because listen, and I'm glad you said that, because me and my wife had the same conversation. You know why he was serious? He was joking about serious. He was serious about joking. Do you know why he did that? Because he put reality, and you could feel what he was saying, but he didn't want you crying too bad, so he made it lightheartedly funny. And I'm going to tell you why it was serious. And you could say Dave Chappelle kind of does the same thing. You want to know why? Because we have gotten comedy mixed up with slapstick. Slapstick is a whole different kind of comedy. People think like they don't like Dave Chappelle that much no more, because they think Dave Chappelle is supposed to still be the young 20-year-old Dave Chappelle on the Chappelle show, where he did a lot of slapstick comedy and, like the Three Stooges type shit. And everybody was expecting Jamie Foxx to come out and do that whole living color kind of comedy where I know you went to laugh. But if you didn't go and laugh, something is wrong with you. That mug, hey, I was at home watching it, me and my wife last night, and I said, hell, I done cried. My heart tugged. I laughed. Seen his daughter. Man, it was wonderful. I got a little bit of everything. I got a concert. I got a comedy show. I got a family reunion. I heard some real stuff out of his mouth instead of coming from the internet. Wonderful. Wonderful. And I forgot my whole point of all of this. Because y'all was hitting me with some wide ones. Like, I don't like comedy. So y'all threw me off. I forgot my whole point. But that's the reality that we need, man. Everybody, you gotta wake up. You gotta wake up, man. Everything ain't gotta be funny. Like, for instance, let me see. Right, yeah. I forgot my point, y'all, because I got a couple of comments that kind of threw me off. If y'all didn't notice, so, you know, I like reality, man. Reality, and I want to know who y'all are now. I show you who I am now, right? Now, let me see. Gardening Diva says, I'm sorry, jokes just go over your head. You told me to leave it alone, Gardening Divas. I left it alone. You ain't got to explain, hey, we can leave that alone. All right? I ain't hold you to nothing. I left, you told me to let it go. I'm not gonna do it. So, let me see what we got here. You know what? We don't got to do that no more. I just wanted to come in and tell folks, you know, let people know what's going on with you. Sometimes people want to know what's going on with you. You ain't always got to be like, remember that time when everything was wonderful. Everybody always going back to when they was kids and lollipops and gumdrops and candy bars. And that's not real, man. It was real then. Then you grew up. You got to pay bills. Got to go to work. And ain't nothing wrong with that. And people can relate to you. If you don't ever tell nobody who you are, they can't relate to who you were. Unless they're so behind in here, if they can still relate to who you used to be, you might want to move on. You know, I get it a lot. Everybody, they want me to keep gardening and only show my garden. Like, I've been doing this my whole life. That's not just who I am. And I figured the world wants to see somebody like them. Now, it's a lot of fake people on the internet. It's no problem. You can go see anybody you want. It's a lot of fake and phonies and clicking viewers. It's a lot of those. If that's what you want, I'm just not the man for the job. I would like people to feel like, hey, this dude is like me. Me and this dude got a lot in common. But if you only see one dimension of me, you only see one side of me, you know, all he do is garden. And I understand some people want to protect their peace and protect their privacy and stuff like that. I understand that. But it's ways around that where you can protect your peace and protect your privacy, but at the same time, show the world who you are now instead of then. Because if you keep showing, this is what I do. I've been doing it for X amount of years. People, they like, we know that. What? How old is your wife? You know, people start wondering, like, you know, why is your wife never on the camera with you? Or whatever happened to your daughter living on the land? What happened to little Led? I heard he went to college. People want to know the ending of stories. Every story has a beginning, a middle, and an end. And if I keep telling you how everything started, it get boring after a while. If I told you how me and my wife met, right? It's crazy. It's really crazy. No, that's one story I don't think would get old. But if I told you how me and my wife met, you know, it's crazy. But there's more to that. After we met, Then we got to know each other. And then we had started a family. We started moving up a couple of levels at a time. Right? Wouldn't you want to know that? Wouldn't you want to know who I am now instead of keep listening to who I was when I was a young, goofy kid that didn't know how to raise no kid right and this and that and everything else? Learning how to change a diaper and stuff. That's who I want to show the world, because I think that's more relatable than a bunch of fake. When I show my land, same thing. I don't keep showing the video of how we found the land. I like to show you where I am now, because to be honest with you, finding the land was the easy part. It's the now that's kicking me dead in the nuts. It's the now part for me. And I feel, even watching my own life, it's like this is the more interesting part to me. As a matter of fact, you know what we're going to do? I'm going to do another video. I'm not going to name it right this very second. Let me write it down before I forget it. We're going to do another video today. We're going to do another video. Hold on. I got to write this down. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, this is a good one. Hey, listen, I almost want to stop this video and start this new video because listen. Oh yeah, this is a good one. This is a good one. All right. As a matter of fact, should I start another video because I got this title, or should I just wait? Should I start this new video now? What time is it? I can't see what time it is. Let me see. I don't got my watch on. Okay. Okay. Y'all want to do it? It's 4:26? Okay. What's up, Q-Dub? All right. I'm going to end this video. If you're interested in this next title, come on back in. I'm literally about to cut this off and come on back in. All right? Everybody, I'll see you in a minute. I'll be right back. I'm not even going to piece y'all out yet. I'm about to start right back up. All right? Be right. Listen, this is how I do that when I do a second backup. I'll be right back. All right? I'll see y'all in a minute.